Hey everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the channel. Today we've got another exciting episode in our long series of 380 ACP testing, primarily out of the Bodyguard 2.0. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 80 grain Defiant Munitions. Should be a good time. Let's get to shooting. All right, so what are we talking about? We're talking about the Defiant Munitions ammunition. It's an 80 grain projectile. It's actually, I believe, well, I now know because I've already shot the video. It's a bullet that's designed to break apart, peel back, and fragment, and then a solid core continue on through the intended target. So we're going to be testing how well it does that. We're also going to be testing how well it runs in the Bodyguard 2.0. For those of you who are just joining us now, we have a whole series on 380 ACP ammunition. We've done, I think this is maybe video number 24, 25, somewhere in that range. And we are taking a look at see what self-defense ammunition is going to work out of this short-barreled Bodyguard 2.0. Now the Bodyguard 2.0 is, I believe, revolutionizing pocket carry. It's so small, but yet fits in your hand ergonomically and allows most people to get at least 2.5 fingers on it. And so I think it's a perfect round or a perfect gun to be carrying in your pocket for deep concealment, whether that's inside the waistband or in your pocket. I think though often the problem that people are wondering is 380 ACP good enough for self-defense? And in the past, people said, well, you just got to use an FMJ. Well, has the improvements in bullet technologies and powders and other things like that made any improvements in the projectiles? And that's what we've been looking at in this series. I think unequivocally the answer is yes. We're going to have to put it to the test to see if this is in that category or not. So with that said, what is our test setup? Well, we have a gel contraption, so we have clear ballistic gelatin. I have videos that compare it to organic gelatin, so you can check that out. But in this video, we're going to be looking at clear ballistic gelatin. We're going to do one shot into clear ballistic gel, then we're going to do one shot into a quote-unquote real-world simulation that is very similar to Gun Sam's with a couple of modifications. So in mine, I use 2 layers of t-shirt, 2 layers of denim. Then I use about 2 inches of clear ballistic gel. I think this time it's 2.5 inches. Then I use 1/4 inch medium density fiberboard. And then after that, I use a whole bunch of clear ballistic gelatin to catch the bullet. So that's our test setup. We're going to do that. Then we're going to check for velocities on our Garmin radar. And then we're going to see how well this gun shoots and performs in a real world sense of accuracy. That's our test setup. Should be a good time. Let's get to shooting. Okay, we have this 90 grain Defiant Munitions. It's supposed to be going 1,100 feet per second. I don't know what it'll do out of the Bodyguard 2.0. Let's shoot it into the clear ballistic gel and see. Well, we got a hard lock up. See if we have more with this. But this is one of the downsides with the Bodyguard. Unreliable with some kinds of ammo. It seems to do this. I don't know if it's the overall length or what, but I'm gonna have to get this unstuck. Okay, take 2. I did go down, check the recoil spring. I took it apart. It didn't look like it was sticking over the end. That can sometimes cause malfunctions and with it, but every now and then this gun just hard locks up. We'll see if it shoots now. .1136, that felt like a good round. Did not lock back, but that sometimes is me hitting the slide release. So yeah, that's good. 1136, that's a good surprise. Okay, let's take a look at that. Other than it not running in my Bodyguard, dang, it looks really good. Look at that. We got some nice explosion happening here, even some fragmentation, which is kind of good, right? Because those little fragments go off and create more damage. That damage occurs out to about the 7-inch mark if we're being generous. And then the bullet goes basically down to the 15.5-inch mark. maybe a little bounce back off trying to get out of this at the 16-inch mark. That's possible. It could have done that. And sure, probably would have been less than organic gelatin, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's add clothing and medium density fiberboard, see what happens now. Well, we've got all the medium density fiberboard and 4 layers of clothing and 2 inches of gel, and then the rest of it with clear ballistic gel. So we'll see how it does, see if I can get it in a spot that can get a good view of it here. Nope, I can tell that is not in battery. Something is not right. When I am either short stroking it or something, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's not being conscious or what, but yeah, that's in battery. Okay. I'm gonna have him trying to really get down low here. It's probably next to the other one, but that's okay. 1117, so it's consistently getting good. I don't know what I'm doing with the Bodyguard, if it's me, if it's this ammo. We'll find that out when we do some of our other testing. I'm not sure how well you can see all of that. It's the one in front, so I actually shot it right. I mean, I know, surprise, surprise. So came in over here, went through 2 inches of gel through the medium density fiberboard, and we are seeing explosion happening again, still out around that 4 inches. So there's a lot of kind of losing of all its petals that happen between the 3 and 7 inches. And I think that's the way this thing is designed, is to lose its petals early on, kind of be a fracturing round, which I think is good. I mean, you can debate it. You can say, well, is this deep enough? Depends. But, you know, there's still a fair amount of that copper going all the way deep into it, or whatever alloy or metal it is. I think that's good. Let me dig these out. Let's take a look at these final projectiles. I don't think they're the typical, and it is sitting backwards here too, I should note, but I don't think they're the typical expanding hollow points. They're more of a fracturing, so I suspect we aren't going to see tons of expansion in them at this point. Just to show it, we got, this is where it's coming in, and then it exited here. It had a pretty good blowout effect in this MDF, so decent expansion. Again, we use MDF to help the round slow down just a little bit so that it behaves more like it would with organic gelatin, 10% or ordnance gelatin. And yes, you could kind of, Gun Sam calls it a rib simulation, maybe. It does have a Brinell hardness that's similar to bone, and it also has a water composition that's similar to bone as well. So there are some properties that make it like that, but I don't typically see the bullet deformation on these that you might see with bone. Okay, let's dig these out. Okay, these are our 2 rounds. This is the round that went through without any medium density fiberboard, just the clear ballistics. You know, it's lost all its petals, so it's basically, it's a 0.375. I mean, maybe it's a little higher, 0.35, like that's basically, it lost all its petals. And we saw the exact same thing happen to it with the MDF and the clear ballistics, which candidly is awesome. They performed exactly as designed. They got what they should velocity wise. We've got 5 rounds. We're just gonna try and shoot a group for velocities, see how consistent this ammunition is. If it really is getting over 1100 feet per second consistently, that's pretty awesome. I have been having problems with this. I don't know what's happening. Is the Bodyguard, is it the ammo? Try it out here. I did just lube it up. It's been a while since I've actually lubed the gun, so we'll see with that. So I just slingshot it. Looks like it's in battery. Let's see how we do. 1119. And it's out of battery. It is out of battery. You can see something is hanging up. I'm wondering if it is that recoil spring issue that's happening. That's not good. What's scary is there is one in the chamber, but it's not fully in battery. So, and it's locked, it's hard. See if I can get a good grip on it and use my muscles. Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to use the table. All right, try to get it unstuck. There we go. I don't know what's happening with it. And we didn't even get off primer strike with that. That's the oddest thing. I don't know what's happening. Okay, we're gonna try it again. It's in battery. And it's out of battery. Every shot it's out of battery. 1121. We'll get this group done, and then we'll see if we can try some other ammo. See if it's the gun or the ammo. Let's try it with this. Looks like that one worked. 1116. That one worked. 1128. It just went into battery. I think the trigger is going to be dead. Yep. Something's happened. We'll pause. It's in battery. Looks to be in battery again. 1123. Lock back. 1131. This is no bueno. Okay, we're gonna move up to what we normally do with accuracy. Try to get 5 shots to see where it's hitting again, because I want to test it out, because it could just be my gun that's malfunctioning. But then we're gonna run a whole bunch of other ammo in it too, because, you know, I gotta know if my carry gun is working. And in all my excitement, I forgot the session summary. We had 8 shots, that counts the first 2. Then we had a min of 1116, an average 1124, max of 1136, 19.4 extreme spread. It's actually pretty good ammo. Stamina deviation is 6.7, average kinetic energy of 224. So if anything, it's kind of hot for 380. So I don't know if that's causing it, but I'm sometimes getting it without even shooting around. So again, I'm thinking it's my gun or it's the ammo, because I had this once before with hard cast ammo from Buffalo Bore, and it only happened with hard cast ammo from Buffalo Bore. Okay, we got 5 more rounds. Glutton for punishment. We're at 5 yards. That's where I like to be. That's where I've been consistent for all of these tests. That way you can know, will this ammo hit in the same spot as other ammunition? Is it going to be different? You know, so on and so forth. Will this help your gun be zeroed because it's in the right thing? See, it's not in battery, and I just pulled that slide. So, all right, we're starting off like that, but we're doing it at 5 yards to remain consistent. 380 is not a long range gun. It's probably 3 to 5 yards is what you're going to be using it in. If you're using it after that, its terminal performance is even worse than it already is, which is not great. So let me get the bullet out of here and reload it, and we'll get going. All right, we have a round in the chamber. Let's see how we do. Yeah, I don't know. I just pushed it into battery. We'll see. Yeah, it's not returning into battery. All right, we'll fix it. We got one in battery. Looks to be good. No. Yeah, looks to be good. I think that's 3. I know I did hit that slide release that time. Yep. Okay. I got so concerned about other things I didn't film the rest of the shots. This is our little group, so it looks, I can't remember what I was shooting last, but it was up over here, right? So I think it was the G9 Defense was up here, and this is down here, lower left. Definitely maybe some of this is me, the spread of it, which isn't bad. I mean, that's, you're gonna hit what you're intending to do at that point at 5 yards, so whatever. Okay, well, this is kind of bugging me. I have some Federal Hydra-Shock Deep, which normally just runs great for me, so we're gonna try that out and see, is it the gun or is it the ammunition? We got some steel down range, and let's do a little bit of plinking. Again, didn't get slide lock. You know, your big hands are up there right around where it is, and that doesn't help you. But when I keep my hands clear away, it does. But I want to show you something when I just looked at these rounds. Okay, let's just take a quick look and see at what this Defiant Munitions ammunition, the overall length of it is. It's coming in at 0.962.5, so 0.963. Now let's take a look at a round that I know that works. It's the Underwood 90 grain XTP jacketed hollow point. That's 0.956, so 1/100th of an inch shorter. Now let's take a look and see what the Federal Hydroshock Deep is coming in at. Hydroshock Deep here, it's coming in 0.941, 2/100ths of an inch shorter. So I'm pretty sure that the issue I was having is that this is too long for my chambering of my Bodyguard 380. It could be that your Bodyguard runs this fine. I'm sure that there are tolerances for the chamber of the barrel, and I'm sure that Defiant Munitions is fine. I'm sure that Bodyguard is fine, but my Bodyguard does not run these and will not. I recommend that you test some of these out before you buy a whole stock load of them. That's kind of disappointing that they don't run on mine, because I thought they performed really well. All right, well, welcome back, wowzers. That was a roller coaster ride. We had fantastic performance in the gelatin, but man, what a sucky day it was at the range, having to smash that thing out every single time, almost every single time after I shot it, trying to break it loose. And I think that the overall length of that cartridge is just too long for my Bodyguard. Maybe different for you. If I'm you, is the performance of this bullet good enough to warrant checking it out? It could be. It could be for you. I definitely want to try it in my Security 380 and in my Beretta Cheetah, because I think it's a great performing round. But hey, if it don't run and if it knocks your gun out of service, that's no good. That's a hard no, that's a hard pass. So now that I have a little bit of this ammunition, I might as well test it in the other ones. So look forward to that in the future. But at this point, I think for the Bodyguard folks out there, sample size of 1 could be different with your gun. Would love to hear from others who test it out, if they get better performance, if it works in their gun. Would love to see that. But with this lot of ammunition, for me today, that's a no-go. I do like the performance of the bullet. I do like fracturing rounds. I like rounds that peel off as you're going through. It did very good damage. Hollow points do the same amount of damage in about the same kind of length and period. Even before, as those petals were peeling off, it got out to 7 inches, and it was still doing quite a bit of disruption in that gelatin. That's very similar to what we see in jacketed hollow points, and then you kind of just get a straight line path through out to your full penetration. I got plenty of penetration. There was still a good chunk of that bullet left. Sorry, I didn't weigh it. I don't have it with me anymore. I've lost it at this point. But it's definitely more than the 20 to 30 grains that you would get with a Liberty Civil Defense type bullet. It definitely felt like it had most of the mass. I'm guessing 50, 60 grains of mass with it after the petals peeled off. And so I think that that's significant and a good performer. I'm now interested to see what other types of ammunition they have. I did learn from Tim Sundles the solution to this is not just getting a hammer and tapping it in deeper. Do not do that. That will not solve your problems. That will create other problems. That will create an overpressure round, and you could potentially see your gun explode. So with that said, I think a great day at the range today. A little frustrating, interesting things that we saw with this bullet. What do you guys think? What's your favorite 380 ACP self-defense round? Put it in the comments below. Hope everyone has a great week, and let's get to shooting.
From pistols to rifles, we'll take on the best. Reviewing each weapon, put them to the test. With revolvers and